Like, you need to have a certain confidence that is impacting rooms no matter what the outcome is. Like, you don't know what can come from an interaction.
Yeah.
You don't know what can come from you just talking to somebody and hugging them. Like, who is that person? Oh, come to find out, this is the president of whatever. And just out of your kindness, out of your grace, out of you hearing God say, go speak to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, now doors are opening. People feel like it's just one way, and it's not.
Yeah.
So your yes has power because you've said no to things and not just, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. Yeah. I like that. What's up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the right of me, we got Tudor.
Hey, y'all. What's poppin'?
Listen, I'm glad to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here, finally.
Yeah, I've been looking at Two Talk. I went in a deep dive to all
Really?
your Two Talks. Yep.
How'd you
I looked
feel?
at all your stories and all that. I just think you got a wonderful spirit. I think that you are motivational, you know, and it just...
Thank you.
When I seen it, that's why I told you before the show I wanted to speak about your life and how you came about, because I want to know, like, how did you tap into that? Because you have an aura about yourself that I wish to have, you know? I'm over here trying to keep it player, but really, I'm struggling around this bitch. Like, I'm struggling. I'm trying to keep it player, but really, you know, it's tough for me. And most things I can do is just do the man shit where I shut down, you know, and I internalize it. And I know that's not healthy. Which is clear you go through things, right? We all do, but how do you keep that aura about yourself in the process of doing so?
Man, I stay at God's feet. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, my relationship with God is like the most important relationship that I have. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, pray about it, but sometimes that don't be enough.
Right.
So I feel like anytime I'm good is when I prepare for bad seasons. So like, that's when I'm deep in the word. I'm just like feeding myself all the things so that when something do happen and stuff feel heavy, it's like I got all this to help me win this battle, if that makes sense. Like, it's nothing but positivity going through my mind. It's nothing but like me watching people who have overcome things like that. So honestly, it's just God. And some things you really got to be like, God, I just choose to lay it at your feet. It's above me.
Yeah.
It's literally like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my part. If you could just, you could have the rest of this. Yeah. And it's a choice. Like, peace is a choice. You know what I'm saying? You handle what you can and whatever you can't. You be like, all right, God gonna take care of it.
Let me ask you, the relationship with God. Do you come from a praying family?
I do. All right. So I was raised in a church. But I didn't really understand real relationship until I got to college, and I had to have faith for myself.
Right, when you got on your own.
Yeah, facts. And what's crazy is like my freshman year of college, I had like a pregnancy scare. Whoo, I was like, oh hell no, oh hell. Like, that was the first time when I say I had gospel music playing for myself. I was like, Lord, I didn't see my mama do this and it didn't work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So being on my own and having that moment of like, I can't go home my first semester. Like, I don't want to be no statistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, that helped me to build. And then I've always been like an independent person. So sometimes I'll call my mom and be like, you know, what should I do about this? And she'll be like, well, did you pray about it? Did you ask God? And I'd be like, nah, I called you. And she'd be like, nah, call me back after you done did that.
Yeah.
And that helped me to be like, all right, I need my own. Because what if my mama don't answer one day?
Yeah.
Or what if, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if, no, I need answers right now. I need peace right now. So, yes, it was always there, but understanding grace and unconditional love and mercy, you know what I'm saying? Understanding the relationship and not just doing acts. That was just like, that was after I left from like my family's routine of religion.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So growing up, you grew up in Memphis. That's where you come from. Growing up in Memphis, what was it like? Because Memphis got like a bad name. You know,
I know.
Memphis got a
I
bad
hate
name.
that.
And a lot of people don't understand like the culture and what it is to be from Memphis, or even just what it is to be from this area. You know, I think they think of us as riding horses and shit sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this. Memphis is its own thing. It's like y'all a whole different state too. Like, Memphis is its own
Big 901. What you
I don't know if that's a good thing though. I don't know if that's a good thing.
It is. But I hate that Memphis has a name. Memphis do get some crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wild shit going on.
It's wild,
Yeah,
but it's
crazy.
also, if you're there, what you are is what you're gonna attract.
Right.
You know? So like, I go home, I don't really run into but I also separate myself a lot from the crazy stuff. Yeah. It's been a couple times where it's like, something to pop out. You need to get gone. It's just, I don't know. I think Memphis can be what you make it.
Right.
When I went back to Memphis after college, that was my first time experiencing it as an adult. And I was like, it's so much more here. Yeah. Like, we got this, we got that. But if you are raised around people who only circulate around what they grew up on, and they don't venture out and explore the city like a tourist, like, you know, into the other areas, into other cultures that's there, you're gonna feel like, oh, this is all Memphis is, but it's really not though.
Yeah. What was it like? How would you describe like 8-year-old Tootie? What did that look like? I know you said you started dancing at 4, so you already dancing then. So
facts. 8 years old, I definitely was a majorette.
Just involved, right? 8
years old. I think we was definitely in South Memphis at the time.
Your mom and father?
No. So it's me, my mom, my little brother. I can't think if my little sister was born yet. Maybe she was about to be born. Yeah. I don't know, but I honestly really can't remember age. I just knew I was dancing for sure.
It's always involved.
But yeah, after that, we moved around a lot. So I pretty much stayed in every area of Memphis. Yeah. Like, we had one of them lifestyles that's like, don't tell nobody what's going on at our house. But like, we was struggling. Yeah. Like, but my mom made it look very graceful. Now that I'm older, I'm like, girl, I don't see how you did that.
How you done it? Yeah. So the moving around was like due to financial troubles.
Yeah.
How did that affect you in your relationship with money? Getting older.
Who we working on it? Yeah. We gonna pray on it.
I'm telling you, like, people don't understand, like, with me, with my drive and how much, why I have that relationship with money, because we just didn't have much growing up, and you realize it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. When was the first time you realized that y'all didn't have much?
When our lights kept getting cut off.
Listen.
And I was like, I done got so good at moving, and I was like, I can see everything in the dark now. Like, it just was like normal. I thought like I had a night vision or something. I was just like, but all right. And I told my mom this. I was like, at one point, I really resented you that our phone always got cut off, or like, this what happened, this happened. But I really didn't understand that you were 27, 28, raising 2 kids. How? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand that you were growing up trying to figure it out while raising us too. Yeah. And so at the time, I used to complain and do all, like a preteen, teenage, like, why you can't afford a cricket bill?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now I'm 30 and I'm like, whew, that T-Mobile sometimes can get cut off. I don't care.
Yeah, you understand. And that's, I talk about that all the time. Even having a child myself, I realized, like, damn, I didn't realize what my mother was going through, and she had to do it by herself. Doing it by yourself is like, that's crazy. Yeah. So I tell you, the first time I really realized that, like, shit ain't right here is like when I first realized Santa Claus wasn't real. Seriously, when I realized I was 5, I realized that, well, my cousin told me that Santa Claus wasn't real. And, you live in this world of bliss when you're that age, and you don't understand things, and you're like, oh, yeah, everything is what we see on the TV, because that's your exposure to the real world, And when I realized Santa Claus wasn't real, it's like I started questioning other things. Like, okay, why would, these white kids that I see at school, why do they act like this? Why can't I go to their house? Then I realized racism. Then I realized about crime. And I realized, like, oh, we broke as fuck. Then I realized, like, oh, my cousin sell crack. Like, oh, my uncle selling crack. Oh, this nigga a murderer. Oh, this nigga done this. Like, you get to realizing that shit.
At 5?
Well, I say that like as if it was all in one moment. But yeah, it started and it progressed to about 7. Then my grandmother died. And it's like, oh, I really realized what's going on now. Yeah. Like, people can die,
Yeah. Wow.
So that kind of painted my life early on. And it also gave me like I said, a real, I won't say negative, just a strange relationship with money.
Yeah.
So, no, that's amazing though. Do you ever have those conversations with your mother now, like looking back?
Yeah.
Talk about
we have a lot of, our relationship now, I would say, is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. But so we have a lot of heart to hearts, a lot of vulnerable and transparent. Like, I used to think this, or this was what happened, and she'll be like, well, this is what was going on in my world at the time. This is what, and it's like, it helps me even now to understand where she is, because it's like that was a part that's a part of who made you who you are today, and all that stuff that you thought you was hiding from me, I really saw, but now you've given me context to it, and so I can respect. You know what I'm saying? I can respect you and your journey more. So yeah, shout out to my girl, Dr. Todd.
Doctor?
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Heavy.
What's
I was
up.
like, ooh, let's go. She was like the first in our family.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of her. Very inspired by her.
So you moved on. You went to college. Were you still dancing in college?
Yes. Yeah. So I went to college off the premise that just in case dance don't work, I'll have a degree.
Right.
At this point, I had that mindset, and nobody like corrected that thought.
Right.
It was like, no, all you need is plan A. Like if plan A is the only option, it's gonna work.
Yeah, facts.
But coming from Memphis, you don't have people at that time who was really going after their dreams.
Yeah.
Let alone who was dancing professionally.
Yeah.
Like, you got very random people who I wasn't connected to yet. So none of my family is thinking, like, you can be a creative and make it.
Yeah.
So I went to college, but I was like, whatever dance y'all got going on, put me in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I got onto Allure and this other, like, Strange Fruit Dance Company and Boss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, at that point, I was like, teach me everything that y'all know. Yeah. Because I'm behind. But I know I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, so you never had any formal, like, dance training, like ballet or anything like that?
No, I'm a street baby.
You're a street baby. I got you.
For real, major it. Like, my coach, Quincy, and Teresa Tate, like all my major ed coaches, like, had us in the garage and band rooms and, you know what I'm saying, parking lots, wherever we could get it. I can go. But once I got exposed to the different world of dance, like leaps and turns, and I saw that I could catch it, I was like, I could really do this. Like, the stuff I see on TV, I can do this with somebody teaching me in their driveway, say less. Yeah. So I went to college with the folks who had been training in the studio, and all these teams are like student teaching type teams. Gotcha. So I was like, I'm getting behind everybody. Teach me this, teach me that, teach me that. And it was up. Yeah,
and that curiosity eventually grew into you now dancing professionally, right? Yeah. How was that?
God.
I seen you traveling around, UK?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did a UK tour with 112.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Bro, it was fun.
Yeah, like,
God is amazing.
But do you realize, though, like, how amazing that is in the moment? Or are you still feeling it now?
I definitely still feel it now. I try not to let that moment bypass so quickly, like it wasn't nothing. Right. You know, sometimes you be like, oh, what's next? And I'll be like, that was a great thing you did. Like, yeah. I think when it really hit me it was like our last day in London. Yeah. And this is like a 7,000 people or something like that. Crazy. It's packed. Crazy. It's huge. I'm like, I'm just a girl from South Memphis, though. I didn't even think this was possible. Yeah, it definitely hits. And it's definitely a moment of gratitude that everybody from my hood definitely, you know what I'm saying, probably don't even have a passport yet. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you, like, what is the conversations like with people? Like, do people let you know how crazy that is, though? Or do you not really get that?
How crazy it is? Not so much. Yeah. How dope it is? Yeah, I get that pretty often. But I don't think I've had a chance to really go in depth about it. Yeah. Being from Memphis and like how big that is to me. So I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had the right conversation yet.
Yeah, no. And I just say that because, like, you know, I go through these moments of where things like great happen for me, and it's like I'm the only one who realizes how crazy this is right now. Because this is what I'm trying to get to. Like, you seem like the person who probably been doing amazing shit your whole life. Like, and people like, oh shit, she did that. Like, wow, she went and done that. Like, wow, we expect that from her. So after a while, you expect that. And see what I'm saying?
Listen. I did just have that conversation with my girls. Like, we had this 2024 call. All of us stay in different places now, but we all started in Nashville. Right. And I was like, I feel like, you know, a girl about to get into something. It's like, I just feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like right now in this season, that's like, I always got something going on. Always, but I'm not in a relationship and I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, what else is there for me to do?
Yeah.
But in the same sense, I'm like, even though this is like Tootie doing something is normal, I still need a supportive energy that's like, well, how was that for you? Like, like besides the achievement, how are you really doing? Like, how's your spirit? You know what I'm saying? Because this moment is good, but to get up to this moment was hell.
Yeah.
Or this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought this was gonna break me. Like, you know what I'm like? Them conversations, I was like, I want conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's not always glitz and glam. You know, even like 2023 in May, I did a tour with my mentorship program, and it was so big, such a great thing. But by the end of it, I was so drained. I wanted to walk away from dancing.
Wow.
I wanted to quit, and I was like, wow. If I had though, like, I would have never experienced UK. Yeah. I would have never experienced starting to talk. I started that because I just was like, I'm gonna slow down from dance. Yeah. God, whatever you want to do, it's whatever. Yeah. I'll go do this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do less, and he for sure did more. Yeah. But had I not have felt like I don't want to do this no more, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where it would have led? Yeah.
No, I get it. And I see, that's I guess you know how they say the curse of the strong person. Whenever you're the strong person, who do you have to speak to? It's the same thing with the person who achieves things. Like, you don't, it's not that you want a person to say, I guess, good job or anything. It's just like, hey, I just accomplished this. Can we speak about that or whatever? But people will look at you and just say, no, that's what you're supposed to do.
Facts. It's pretty normal. Yeah. But it ain't normal.
It ain't normal. This shit hard.
If anybody achieves anything or is consistent or persistent with anything, that's why even with this, I was like, yeah. Because sometimes the little things is what leads up to the big stuff. And I feel like people don't applaud that. Or if you've been consistent, like when people go to the gym and it's like you got a fit body, but it's like it takes work to keep that body. Yeah. Yeah. We should be, I'm proud of you. You've been, you know what I'm saying? You've been consistent. Yeah. Yeah, it was like that. I had ended up getting like 1 million views on Facebook, right? And period. Yeah, and I'm like, right. That's what I'm expecting. Like, all right, nigga, pop up and get the bottle. No, like, thanks. Like, can we speak? And everybody was like, oh, yeah, that's good, bro. That's good. Like, yeah, you killing it. It's like, and I had to have a talk with one of my good friends. Like, hey, bro, like, why was that, like, you know, regular to you? Like, bro, you always doing shit like that. You've been doing shit like this since we was kids. So I expect you to do that. Like, but still, though. Like, still, you know? No, I could go a completely different way. Right. I could be like, fuck it.
Yeah, facts. You said you weren't in a relationship. Why you not in a relationship? What's going on with that? I know you, them DMs popping now.
And that's the problem. I think everybody thinks that, so everybody's like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But my DMs are work opportunities. They are my support system. You know what I'm saying? Just the people who I've accumulated over the years just showing love. But I do not have any. This is not a green light.
I was gonna say, they're gonna get them out of this.
No. At this point of my life, there's a standard. Right. And I have too much going on to be distracted. So it's either you're going to add to it or I don't need you here. I feel it. And that's just very point blank, period.
I feel it. So, yeah. That's kind of the downside of, I ain't going to say downside. Some people would consider it a downside of chasing, like, greatness. You know, you're on this road to greatness. It's like, who really measures up to, you know, your standard. You know
that. I mean? And also, too, it's taken me, I guess I kind of been in this selfish era of like, me, guy, like I'm over here working. And this week, wow, revelation, I was reading Genesis about Adam and Eve. And, you know, the whole reason Eve was created was to be a suitable helper for Adam, which means that he had to be where he was supposed to be doing his assignment and need help with it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, God, why my Adam ain't in his position? What is he doing? Because you're giving off that you don't need a helper, and I think you do. And you know what I'm saying? And it was like, and God just was like, well, are you ready to help? Yeah. Are you ready to submit to his purpose, to his assignment? I was like, oh.
That's tough.
Call me
back. That's tough.
Because now I'm focused on me. And it was like, all right, well, why you even reaching for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not ready.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, Lord, prepare me. I'll serve the relationships that I have, try to figure out how I can be a helper to them. Like, just get that habit, get that characteristic underway, and then I believe. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good that you had that mentality, that you're not really chasing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit can be a distraction, you know, especially doing what you're trying to do. And what is the end goal for this? Do you ever think about that, like with dance? Like, where would you like to be with dance? I see you doing stuff like, you know, you do like classes and you do like events and things like that. Like, but do you ever think about like where will this take me? Like, where will I be with this, or where would I like to be?
I mean, yeah, and because I'm so close to it, like I want to have my program go global and be in different universities and schools, like a study abroad program, but for dancers. But I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase that your biggest dream is God's smallest plan for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And once I did my tour with my mentorship program, I was like, I ain't dreaming big enough.
Yeah.
Damn, like.
Okay, talk to me.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like that dream that I've had for so long is closer than I think. Mm-hmm. So now what? Like, even though we're not there yet, but it's still like a mind expansion that's happening that's like, okay, if I could think of that, that means God got some other stuff that I ain't even thought of yet. Yeah. So I'm open. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I am very inspired by Debbie Allen. Mm-hmm. She still dances and teaches, but she also is a producer of Grey's Anatomy, has her own academy, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's like, ain't no ceiling though.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You just know you want to be in a creative space though, right?
I know for a fact I'll be dancing for as long as I can move my body. Yeah. But will that be like my main source for the rest of my life? More than likely not. But what's going to come from it, I feel like will impact generations after me.
I feel that. You wrote a book?
Yes.
What is
it? Period. Because ain't God good, though? Ain't God good. No, for real. So my book is called Built Different, How to Be Godly in a Demonic Industry. And it started off being something for dancers, but I feel like if you're in an industry, especially the entertainment industry as a whole, like you can relate to this book. And the whole point of it is to get people to a place where we're not putting our life and jeopardizing our morals and values off of a booking or off of, like, I got to do this because I need to feed myself or feed my family. But it's like, bro, if you chase your purpose, if you chase after God, everything else will truly follow after that. Yeah. Like, we have dancers who go to auditions and when they don't get it, like, they're broken. Or if they're not called out in class, like, they're questioning their value. Why?
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we need to rework that. Like, you need to have a certain confidence that is impacting rooms no matter what the outcome is. Like, you don't know what can come from an interaction. Yeah. You don't know what can come from you just talking to somebody and hugging them. Like, who is that person? Oh, come to find out, this is the president of whatever. And just out of your kindness, out of your grace, out of you hearing God say, go speak to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, now doors are opening. People feel like it's just one way, and it's not. So I want more dancers to walk with a certain authority and know that it's like your yes has power because you've said no to things and not just, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that. Will that be in the book? That's a strong quote there.
That is a strong quote. I actually, who did I get that from? They said something, I listen to a lot of inspirational people. So I didn't put it in there like that, but I tell that to my mentees all the time. Yeah. Like, you got to say no to some things.
Yeah. What is like, do you do like affirmations and things like that? What is your day like when you wake up? What is the process? I'm telling you, like, I'm trying to figure it out because it's sometimes I feel like, you know, like I have a close relationship with God. I pray, you know, I teach my son how to pray. We pray together all the time. I pray with him and my mother every night, every morning, every night, you know, but there's work that I need to do on myself, right? And I'm trying to figure out what course of action do I go about in order to do that work, because the traditional way is not like my way.
Yeah. All right. My mornings, as soon as I wake up, I have this prayer app.
Yeah.
That has a scripture in its prayer, and it'd be like, because I'd be like, half, so I'd be like, all right, hey, amen, thank you, Lord. And then once I actually like get up and moving, like, you know what I'm saying, wash my face, all this stuff, I have a prayer closet. And really my mornings are dedicated to just me and God. I may journal, or I may just sit and listen.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of prayer. Like, people be like, I'm praying.
Silence or?
Silence, just being open. Like, God, what is it that you got to say today? What is it that you want me to do today? Who can I serve?
Yeah. Does he speak? Does he speak to you?
Yeah.
In those moments?
Yeah. It's not like, God speaks to me in different ways. Sometimes it's like, it's never really like, oh, Tootie, go do this.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I need.
Everybody wants that. Everybody. Sometimes I be like, I just want to call, Lord, where you at? My spirit lead. Like, I know that God like lives within me, so my spirit will lead me to certain things. And the best way to know if it's God is if you are in His Word and you know His character. You're learning how He speaks and, you know, like how He moves. And so, yeah, sometimes He do and sometimes He don't. Sometimes I don't hear nothing, but later on that day, He's shown, like, it would be some type of coincidence that's like, oh, so you heard me. Yeah. Thank you for that, you know? And yeah, working out definitely helps my mental. I feel like there's no real like guide, because everybody's path is different. Everybody's relationship is different. Yeah. But I feel like if you are in a place where you're really trying to, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but right now it's not really enough, I fast. Yeah. And when I fast, I take away a lot of things. Like, social media gotta go. And that's a big part of why I'm not in a relationship, because I fast a lot and men gotta go. They'll be like, clear it out. Like,
that's rough for us.
Clear it out. And honestly, if I tell a guy that and he like gives me some type of don't understand, you know what I'm saying? I automatically know that this is the last time we're gonna talk. So when I fast and I cut out my desires, is really like me humbling myself for God and saying, like, I need more. I need to feel your presence. I need some type of release or relief to happen. So if you haven't fasted yet, I would highly suggest you make time to fast, because that really says that, like, God, I want you more than my desires. I want you more than anything that I have in my life you can have. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
No, I like it. I'm looking forward to the book too. I'll make sure I get that. It's an ebook, right?
Yes.
It'll be available on
Monday, January 8th.
On Amazon?
Yes. It's going to be Amazon. Link in my bio. Yeah. So go get that.
No, I'm going to go get it for sure.
This is making me wish that I had hard copies, but I just didn't want to go through the process.
Yeah. I mean,
how is that process like?
It's listen, in this age, ebook is king. I'm actually working on a audiobook as well, but it's always good to have a physical copy, you know, and you may want to do like certain events or something like that and give them out and sign them so people can have it. But it's a good thing. The process isn't that hard, especially through Amazon. It's easy. It's as easy as the ebook, you know, and they'll print them off and you get a certain percentage back off of it. So
that's not too bad.
I still get like little percentages off of these.
Like the royalties. Yeah, I definitely signed up for them. I was like, please, Lord, like, let this. I'm like, Lord, let this change my life. But if it don't, just let it fall into the hands of people that need it.
Yeah. And this, especially the To Be Human book, the one right here with me controlling myself. The cover is symbolic for me being the master of my fate, because I am the puppet and I am the puppet master. Okay. So, you know, that book really helped a lot of people.
But are you really though? I need to read it so I can get your perspective on it. But if you want to share that with me, I'll be open.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I am the master of my fate, like in things like, let's be specific, something like emotion, right? So throughout the day, I can get that certain guidance. I believe in fate, you know, and everything like that. But ultimately, I view fate as multiple options. Like, it's about which direction you decide to choose that day, because you do have free will. And by me being a master of my fate, I have the choice of which option to take. And that's kind of what I mean. I'm in control of myself. And just remembering to stay in control of me.
Yeah.
You know.
At what point, though, I think men run into this a lot.
Talk to me.
Because one of the biggest things that I ask the guys, like, who's leading you?
Yeah.
And if you tell me that you're leading you, I can't get behind that because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not all the way.
Yeah.
You can get us somewhere, but you're not going to know the best path because you don't know what's ahead. You don't know what you're going to run into. You don't know the other factors, but God does. Yeah. So if you're not humbling yourself before God and being led by him, how you going to lead me?
No, I get it. I get it. Especially when it comes to faith, you know, when it comes to like, you know, what you believe in spiritually, you know, that's a whole different realm. I guess I mean more like day to day. This is all emotional based. When you look at the chapters, it breaks down like fear, courage, things of that nature. So when I say, if you were to ask me the question, who is leading me? I guess I would say it depends. It depends on the situation.
Okay.
You know, it depends on, because I think things that are within my control, I lead me. But things that are out of my control, I have to leave it to God because that's just what it is. Like this whole situation with my mother, for example, there's nothing I can do. She don't remember me. She's slowly losing her mind and everything like that. It's like, there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. And that's frustrating to me because usually that's what I do. I come in, I change it. I fix these things. I'm a fixer. I'm an enhancer. That's what I do. This is just a situation I can't make better. So I have to lean on God for that. Yeah. So it just depends for me.
What's the situation that you don't necessarily have to?
What do you mean?
Like you said, that's a situation that I lean on God for. But you said some things that you have in control of.
I guess how within that same coin, right? How I react to that, my emotions towards that. That's in that moment. I can choose to cry. I can choose to be upset, or I can choose to be happy, or I can choose to just say this is a part of the plan or whatever. You know, like in that moment. The choice, yeah. You know how it is with this. It's macro, it's micro. You know what I mean? In all these situations, we look at things. It's in the grand scheme of things, you have to always involve God. But the day-to-day things, you know, you have that choice to be able to change that if you choose to. Yeah,
I believe in the power of choice. I'm also empathetic to your mom's situation. Yeah, and I think to carry that is a lot.
It's a burden for a 31-year-old. I just turned 31. You know,
that's a bit much.
Yeah, plus a child. Yeah, you know, it's hard. It's hard.
You're doing well.
Yeah, the white card that's out there, it ended up quitting on me the other night. It's like the engine blew out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm like, I know. I was just saying, I was having a conversation with God, and this is what the conversation. Don't judge me for this conversation.
I would. No, it's not my place too.
The fuck, you know, that was my first thing. I said, I know niggas that's murderers and that's living great. Ooh, like that's living fucking good right now. And you just made my fucking car break down on the side of the road with my mother in it. It's cold as fuck outside. What the fuck is going on right now? That's my conversation, right? And then immediately I just feel this rush of calm over me. It's like, you done been through worse. You done been through this. You can fix this. This is easy. And just like that, I fixed the situation and got it handled, you know? So I do believe.
Come on, peace that surpasses all understanding.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I think about that too. I think about, God, there's people out here that will literally disrespect you. Yeah. Why am I struggling? Like, why, even as I'm following what I feel like is a purpose that you gave me, why am I struggling? Yeah. Why I don't know where my rent coming from? Make it make sense to me.
Make it make sense.
But you know what I'm saying? But also, I'm learning that, one, you can't always look at other people's grass.
That's facts.
You don't know what they struggle with. That is really to struggle in life and not have something bigger than you to help you through that is, I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Oh, that's rough.
You know what I'm saying? And then two, it's almost like, how I want to put this? It's almost like God not going to give you a life where you don't need him. Right. And so if you allowed this to happen for whatever reason, then something good is going to come out of it. Like Romans 8:28 says, everything works together for the good. for those who are called and love him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're going to use this for something. I don't see it. I don't understand it. But because I know who you are, I stand on your word, because you are a man of your word. You know, and I think sometimes, like, in our conversation, we got to learn how to call these things back. Like, you said that I wouldn't have to worry about where I would sleep or eat because I'm more valuable than the birds and the lilies. You said in your word that this, you know what I'm saying, that I have strength, strength. What's the scripture? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. These are the things that you said, and I ain't feeling it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's real relationship where you had a conversation like, what the what's up? What's good? Yeah. And he answered in a way that probably wasn't what everybody else would expect, but it's like, that's what I need. I needed a wash of peace to come over me. Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah. I think it's I heard this guy say, it's like, when you pray for discipline, you won't get actual discipline.
You get everything that
you'll get put in a situation where you have to be disciplined.
Facts.
No, I'm loving life. Life is crazy. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on. I can't wait to hear the book. Can you give it to me one more time?
The book is called Built Different, How to Be Godly in a Demonic Industry.
I like it. You should do audio as well. That's what I'm working on now. I'm working on an audio book.
I thought about it.
Yeah, you should do audio. And
you like my voice? It turn you on?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you should. I think you have a great voice though. You do have a great speaking voice, so I think you would kill.
I heard that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Niggas are like,
I'm open. Yeah. At this point, I'm open. This is my year of, I've been saying 2024, make room for more. Yeah. So whatever God want to do, I'm open.
Fuck with it. Yeah. Thank you again. Listen.
Thank you.
If you're watching right now, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, share. I need you to go get the merch at www.ChoppedByTpodcast.com. Again, it's www.ChoppedByTpodcast.com. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast. Where it get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.